Yo, what's up, boys and girls? It's your boy BellyDrum. So I have to remake this video simply for the fact that I have changed this team up once again for Regulation J. Um, I changed the Mew stats. I put back Water Pond back on this team, and I put Pelipper back on this team. And instead of it having Hurricane, I put Surf on there. Um, so let's get right into this video. I do have the Pokemon Showdown pulled up, so I will go over the stats. Now, I did face the Torkoal version of this team with one of my good buddies on the Discord. He has a very broken Ho-Oh set that I might have gave him, and now I just can't beat him with it because it's just too good. So, with the Magearna, we have the Terra-type Fairy. That way we can get extra damage on Draining Kiss. We have Covert Cloak, which basically means that if there's a secondary effect of a move on the opponent's side, then that secondary effect will not affect Magearna. Okay. We have Stored Power, basically a busted move. So with every Soul Heart, the boost in special attack will boost Stored Power's damage by 20. So you get 6 times 20, that's 120, plus the extra 20 that you get on the base damage is 140. And then every other stat boost that you get is another 20, which is kind of busted. We have Shadow Ball for the Shadow Rider Calorexes and anything that we can't hit super effectively on the Magearna. And if they go Terra Dark, we obviously have Draining Kiss. We get our health back. They can't take out the Magearna. Simple enough. Those are the stats. Now, let me pull up Pokemon Showdown. Alright, so with Pokemon Showdown, we have 196 in the hit points. I better change this to level 50. So 196 in the hit point is 180. We have 100 in both defenses, equaling to 148. We have Quiet Nature, so that way we can have 63 speed for Trick Room. We have 112 in the special attack, which equals 180. So that's the Magearna. That's all the stats for Magearna. So let's go over the Gardevoir now. This I haven't changed at all, not one bit. I mean, simply enough that this Gardevoir is just busted for the Magearna. So we have Destiny Bond, which what that does is if the opponent tries to take out the Gardevoir with the Destiny Bond up, Gardevoir goes down. That means that the opponent goes down as well. Now, as you can see, it's just max hit points, max defense. We have Healing Wish, which is very busted. I went over it in a short. What that does is it gives you full health. Any status condition that you have on a Pokemon will become non-vital, meaning that you won't have it again. Memento minuses the target's attack and special attack by 2. And then obviously Trick Room reverses the speed stat, so that way we go first and the opponent goes second. Now we have Focus Ash, just in case we need to live on 1 HP, then it's there. Gardevoir is Terra Water, because that's obviously a good typing. If they hit me with a Steel type, then it'll become not very effective on the water. Let me see. There. We have the Trace ability, copies the opposing Pokemon's ability. So I have to be careful with this because there's obviously weather wars and stuff like that. Yada yada. Okay, so now we have the Mew. I don't think you guys need to see the Gardevoir stats. It's just relaxed nature, max hit points, max defense. That's pretty much it. So we'll just go over the Mew. So we have Citrus Berry. That way, whenever we get to half HP, we get more health back. So Mew is a psychic type. So I figured if there are going to be Shadow Rider Calorexes, I go for Terra Normal. That way the Astral Barrage does not hit me. Okay? Let me see. We got Imprison Transform. Basically, if the opponents have the same moves as Mew on the Imprison, then they can't use the same moves as Mew. We have Transform. Basically, we can transform into any one of our Pokemon, or we can transform into the opponent's Pokemon. So if we use Imprison plus Transform, then they will be locked into Struggle. Pollen Puff, basically that heals our allies, and it does a lot of damage to Dark type, bug, or Dark type, Grass type. So Wu-Chin is going to be off the limits. Protect, just because it is doubles and we need it just in case. Now, I know that Gardevoir has synchronized too, but if we're using Mew that has synchronized, then oh well, don't need two synchronizers on the team. So these are our stats. Now let me pull up Pokemon Showdown. I have to put this to level 50, right? So I got 196 in the hit points, equals 200 at level 50, 188 in the defense, which is 144. We have Sassy Nature for Trick Room advantages. So we have 120 in the special defense for 148. Basically, this Mew is good in Trick Room, especially if we do Imprison Transform, because we are going slower than the Pokemon that we transformed into. Meaning, we will take the hits, we will live the hits, and then we'll just out damage them, pretty much. So let's click on Sinistra. We'll go over here. Okay. So we have Imprison, we have Machigacha. Basically, that leaves the Pokemon. It hits both opponents and can leave a burn. And it also heals you, which is pretty busted in my opinion. We have Strength Sap that lowers the target's attack and also heals you, which is still busted. Okay. We have Rage Powder, basically like Follow Me, where the opponents will target Sinistra. And then we have another Trick Room just in case Gardevoir does go down. Hospitality, when the Pokemon enters the battle, it showers its allies with restoring a small amount of the allies' hit points. So these are our stats. Just max HP, special defense, and defense. Okay, so we have leftovers on it just so we can get our health back. And if we're using Machigacha and Strength Sap, then we're just getting ticks of leftovers every turn. We went with Terra type Poison just in case like they do something stupid. And Poison is a really good Terra type on grass types, coincidentally enough. You can also go with Terra Water, Terra Fairy, stuff like that. So let's go over here to Showdown. And max hit points, 76 on the defense, which equals 136. Calm Nature, 180 special defense, which is 135. So with the base speed being 70, we don't really need to lower its speed stat anymore. Because if who was it? I don't remember. Oh well, it's fine. So let's change Ogerpon to level 50. We're gonna go back to this. So we have Terra Water, Ogerpon, because you can't change it. Obviously the Wellspring Mask. We have Follow Me. Just like Rage Powder, the opponents will hit Ogerpon instead of your ally. Unless they have double hitting moves, of course. We have Water Ivy Cudgel, which crits and does a boatload of damage. We have Horn Leech to get back our health. We have Spike Shield. Basically what that does is it's like a protect, and if they make a contact move, it will lower the health. And obviously on Water Pond we have Water Absorb. If hit by a water type move, the Pokemon has its HP restored instead of taking damage. And if we Terra type on the Ogerpon Water, we'll get a special defense boost. Okay, so let me show you guys the stats of Ogerpon. So we have 188 HP, which equals 179. We have Adamant 132, which equals 172 in the attack. We have 108 defense, which equals 118. We have 16 special defense, which equals 118. We have 60 in our speed, tout speed like other Ogerpons pretty much. We have 130, which equals to 138. So that's our Ogerpon pretty much. Now we're going to the last but not least Pokemon, which is Pelipper. Okay, so we have Terra type Dragon, just in case if they go for an electric type move, because it's 4 times super effective on Pelipper, then it'll be not very effective on the Dragon. Now you're saying, well, why don't you go ground type? Well, the reason why we don't go ground type, since I know that ground type in electric makes it, it doesn't affect Pelipper. You would rather take the more defensive option, which is Dragon. So you will become not very effective, but you'll be taking less damage. Because water moves are super common, grass type moves are super common in doubles. So that's why you want to take the more defensive Terra type. Now we have Mystic Water, which boosts the Pokemon's water type moves. And the reason why we have Mystic Water is because we got rid of Hurricane for Surf. Surf is for the Ogerpon just in case we need extra healing. Now we have Helping Hand just in case we need to use Helping Hand on Ogerpon or Mew or Magearna, because those are going to be our 3 main sweepers pretty much. Now Wide Guard is to help protect from like double target moves. So like things like Magagacha, Heat Wave, stuff like that. Earthquake, pretty much. We also have Protect, just in case we need to do a single target Protect and we just need to attack on our Pokemon. So we have Drizzle for it to rain. Gives Ogerpon and Pelipper extra damage on the Surf and the water moves, which is pretty good. Now let's go over here to Pokemon Showdown. So we have 196 hit points, which equals 160. We have 68 defense, which is equal to 129. We had 220 with the Calm Nature to boost our special defense to 129 as well. And the last remaining points we have 24, because I mean I'd rather have the defenses equal, and we're not putting any speed into it because it's in Trick Room. I mean, we're going to be faster anyway. So that is basically the new team. However, there is one thing I want to add, I want to mention. So let's do this. Now if Hoopa doesn't work, we can do Hoopa Unbound for the team, because it also has Trick Room. It also has Destiny Bond, and you can use it for a physical attacker or a special attacker. In this case, since they changed Hyperspace Fury and Hyperspace Hold, depending on which form you have, we would have to go with the Hyperspace Fury. But that's just something that I might have to put on the team. It just depends. Like, I just want this team to be fun, and I want to troll people with an Imprison Transform you. With that being said, like, comment, subscribe, share the video with a friend. Tell me in the comments what team you're going to be using for Regulation J. But with that, we are out. Peace.